The All Things YouTube live show is about to start. I'll kick off some music and we'll switch over to the bald spot cam. I always have a hot mic, so you never know what's going to happen.
Welcome to All Things YouTube.
All right, here we go. Bald spot cam. Open Q&A, and I will be playing around with Notion and show you some behind-the-scenes stuff I do with my content. It's going to be awesome. Get friends in here. Share it around. Get some of that action going, too. Drop a big old like. All the cool people are here. Hi, everyone. I see you in the chat. Perfect timing. Sometimes I get lucky. Talking about the audio, how long those songs run for. You know I love pushing the buttons. Who's not subscribed by now? Don't be left out. Get subscribed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. You know me. I'm Matt Haas. I am the host of All Things YouTube Live, the live show where I tell you everything that's new and awesome going on the YouTube platform and give you tips on how to grow your audience. Who doesn't want to grow their audience? An audience is needed to meet your goals. What are your goals? I don't know. What are your goals? Is it to inspire, to educate, to entertain? Whatever you're doing on the YouTubes, you're not going to be successful without the peoples. And this show teaches you how to get more people. Speaking of people, let's see who's in the chat live. We have Mr. Rich Vibes. Streams on Mixcloud. It's another platform. It's not YouTube, but they allow commercial music. 2 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. Harneal Media is here. That's my friend Steve Neal. And Midnight Scroller's here. Welcome back. Einar Riz Hansen is here. Welcome back to the channel, Einar. Russ Clarity from Simply Wooden Creations. Sass Coaching is here. Hello, hello. Oh, and we got more people filing in here. Oh, Austinator slipped in. Hi, Austinator. Trader Coins HM. Welcome back to the channel. I love the coin and the trader and all kinds. See, I love the YouTubes. People are doing all kinds of cool YouTube stuff, and they're all coming here for the YouTube know-how. I love it. There is open Q&A all night long. All night. You ask your question in the chat, I will answer it. That's all you got to do. It could be about thumbnails. It could be about titles. It could be about analytics. It could be about marketing strategies. Yeah, stuff off of YouTube. All very important for your YouTube channel. Anything you want to know about the YouTubes, you drop it in the chat and I will answer it. If I go a while without answering it, maybe ask it a second time. There's a chance, a small chance I might have missed it. I try not to, but sometimes it happens. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. Well, we got the latest tipper here. What's that all about? Well, I've got this link here. It's also written on the screen right there, and it's in the video description. If you use that, credit card or PayPal, almost all the revenue goes to the creator, so that's good. Hey, free content, baby. It takes time, money, and energy to make, so anything you want to throw my way, I would appreciate it. Totally optional, though, but you'll get your name right here, and it will stay here until someone tips over top of you. Could be a minute from now, or could be a minute from when you tip, or could be a whole day. It could be a couple weeks. You don't know. So if you want some screen real estate, that's a way to get that there. And then the top 30-day tipper for 30 days is there. That's a way to get a little more persistent hang time on your screen real estate promotion there. So that's a lot of fun. I also have a Patreon account, and let's look at my top patrons. Top patrons: Jerry Brown, Pollywood's Crafter, Harneal Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs, and Shalalala Productions. Thank you for being top patrons. You want to be a patron? There, get on the Patreon, and you get perks, and I shout you out, and I'll also put you on the email newsletter. Some $1 patrons down there. Thank you for being patrons. I appreciate it. If you're not in my course, get in my course. I have a Facebook group. Listen, I answer questions when I'm not doing the live show, and I answer them the fastest here. If you post your question in other groups, I'll answer them, but I get them fast there. And this is the email newsletter. Don't discount this. Get on there. Everything I do, I yammer away on the newsletter. And buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee, and this gets you little screen animations, which is fun. So that's available to you as well. And, I have some funky, wacky T-shirts. I just put a new T-shirt in my shop. Go check that out. And I stream with Ecamm. That's my affiliate link. Use it. Same price for you. I catch a few pennies. That's how I put the overlays on the screen. Yes, baby. All right. So much going on. So much going on. As a matter of fact, I'd like to take some more announcements here at the top of the show to show you what I'm going to be doing in the future. That's right. I'm going to be on someone else's channel later this week as a guest on a panel. It's going to be pretty awesome. Let me show you that. So if you come to my All Things YouTube web page, allthingsyoutube.com, and you scroll down to the Miss Something section, you'll see a Notion page, and you can click that, and that will reload to this page that shows all of my social media. But we've got some stuff over here, and what I want to direct your attention to is the future live shows link. Click that, and this is always kept up to date, always kept up to date. And this shows where I'm going to be in the future. But the show is missing that I'm going to be on. And I'm going to show you how I add it, because this is what they call Notion. If you go to notion.io, this is the front page of that service. Did I hit the return? I must not have hit return. Sorry. There it goes. Don't know what's happening there. It's an online database. It's free. This tool is 100% free. I love free. I can afford free. But it's like a spreadsheet on steroids, but it's more like a relational databases. I know that's a lot of geeky speak, but let me show you how I add stuff here. And Artfully Blind with Diana is back on the channel. Welcome back. Always good to have you here, Diana. All right. So let me talk about this show I'm going to be on. Here it is. James Hicks. Most of you know James Hicks. He's a cool guy, super smart, totally into technology, just like myself. And we're going to have a panel about production tools, best practices, and ideas. So get in on that. And be a bunch of people on the panel here with me. And but let me show you how I put this into my Notion instance. And again, for the public, this is a web page. And you know, this is a live public web page, and it's all linked from my allthingsyoutube.com public website, and you can kind of get into here, because you know this is their service. This is notion.site with the subdomain matthaas.notion.site. But anyway, here's how easy it is. Now I have the Notion app. So this is the Notion app, and I can come to my content database. And here is what I have going for all of my content. When I have a lot of content. So here's my thriller video, and you can see I've got the date, the public URL, and I have some other things about my editing software, where things are at, the thumbnails, file names, the video file name. You can see this is very content management specific. I'm managing all of these content assets. That's how I'm using Notion. I built this myself, and it doesn't take long to do it. But here's how I get James Hicks's stuff to appear. Why don't you time me? Get your little timers out, and we're going to see how fast this is. So what I'll do is I'll come back over to here, and for example, I'll copy the title of the show. So I'll copy this, and then go back to Notion, and then I'll go under my templates, and I'll say third-party live stream. I've pre-configured this template. And now here's all the fields you just saw in one list, but I've pre-populated these two, and I put a little icon here, and I'll put the title in there, and then I'll go back to Chrome, and I'll go share, and I'll get that, the URL of the play page, and I'll come down here to pub URL, pub URL, put that in, got to put the date, so this is Thursday. And now the only thing I have to do is get the thumbnail. Now this is a little tricky. Okay, so here's what I would normally stop. But I have to get the thumbnail. So what I'll do is I still have this in my clipboard. So I just go to Google and so download YouTube thumbnail, and I just take the first downloader that shows up. This is just a public site. And there's the thumbnail. Drag it to my desktop. You can't see where it went on the desktop because that's covered. Go back to Notion. And I'll choose the image file. Go to desktop. The most recent is at top. And there it is. Okay, now I'll click off of it. And I'll come over to the future live shows. Boom, there it is. Just that fast. And then the public can see this metadata. They know it's a live stream. This is the title. This is when it's going to air. And this is the URL, which is abbreviated. Kind of just shows you the domain. And same thing over here. So now you can see what I'm doing on November 18th. And you can express this as a table, or you can express it as a calendar. And you can see where these things are here. Kind of small, but it is there. I like the galleries. I'm a visual person. So that's what I do for Notion. And one, it keeps a record for me. You saw how fast that was. I copied and pasted 2 pieces of data, manually picked the date. I had to go through a step to grab the thumbnail because I didn't create the thumbnail, but I stole it from the internet and put it up there. And this link is also in the description of this video. And you can click that link, choose set reminder, and then you can see me. Robert Lee is going to also be a guest, and Tallboy. And James Hicks, of course, is the host. And we're going to talk tech, baby. And we're going to talk content and behind-the-scenes video production and planning and stuff like that. Now, for those that missed it, I'm gonna do another one because I was missing a piece of content on here. I wanted to put another video show on here. What else did I want to put? I don't have my live stream for the 22nd, so I was going to make that show and put it up there. All right. Does anyone have any questions about the YouTubes? We do have open Q&A all night long. And so what I'll do is come over here for the live stream. I'm going to schedule next week's show now. So I can schedule a stream. And I can pick up this one, and this is beta. I always want to make sure it's not the alpha key. Okay. So this has my alpha stream key. And I want to there's the beta stream key. So I'll reuse these settings. I'll say November 22nd. I like to modify this. This will be show 162. This is show 161. Can you believe that? That's a lot of shows. Next. And this will be the 22nd. I kick things off at 6:55 p.m. Done. Now I can get my URL for that. Copy that. Come over to Notion. Actually, my little Notion app. Content, and go. Now this one I have pre-configured even more data. So here I have the channel. Oh, I didn't put the channel in. I have to do that for James Hicks. So this will be the 22nd. All right, see, I've pre-populated my thumbnail. I don't need to do that. And then I just need to get the name, which I'll grab here. Boom. And now that's done. And look at this. Come down here. Now I have next week's show in there already. But I do want to put James Hicks's channel in there. That didn't make any difference here. I guess if I go to table. Yeah, there's James Hicks. I guess on the gallery view, I don't display what channel that is. Maybe I should do that. Let me change that. I can come here. No, not there. I can go here, properties, and I can show chant. There you go. Now the channel marker is showing on all of these. That way you can tell. That's actually probably, I should have had that done from the beginning. But that's Notion. And like, this is a web page. This is a web page. And all it took was just a few clicks of the mouse. And I can update this page on the fly. And it's free. It's 100% free. I love free. So that, I just wanted to give you a little spin of how that was going and what I do. And frankly, Notion to me is a way to keep track of all of my stuff, and it has the added side benefit of keeping my audience up to date on what I've done and what I'm going to do. Because look, I have the opposite here. This is stuff that's happening in the future. Also stuff that's happening right now. This is today and in the future. So technically, this show's not in the future because it's happening now. But you get it. This is future live shows. And then here's the opposite. Fire hose all content. This is the latest page I have over here. And this is just everything I've done across every channel. We've got some awesome fun things. We got some all things YouTube. We got Venture Forward. We got Brenda G's designs all over the place. I make a lot of content. This is even more impressive if you look at it in the calendar. Like, look at this. Who publishes that much content? I do a lot of content. Oh, and I even have the ever elusive, this little thing is marketing. This isn't a video. This is just a piece of marketing that I did. I keep track of that too. Because I realized when you have 4 YouTube channels, you're pumping out a lot of content. So that's what I do to keep everything straight in my head, for sure. I have been asked to make a woodworking project. Now listen, I turn down almost every request for custom work. My only exception is if it's something pop culture or geek related that would fit with my channel. In other words, if you ask me to make something that's worth putting on my All Things or my Awesome Wood Things channel, I'll do it. And my nephew asked me to make him something, and in the rare instance I said yes. Check this out. Hey, Dave Gatton's here. Hi, Dave. Good to have you on the channel. Arrows DIY, welcome. And Jaden, welcome, everyone. I just went over some fun things in Notion, and now I'm taking Q&A. So if you have questions, now's the time. Look at this. My nephew bought one of these very expensive lightsabers, and he wants a stand to mount the lightsaber on a desk. He wants like a pedestal, not a pedestal, but he wants an easel, or I don't know what you call it. He wants something to put that on. So if you have ideas for a cool looking stand for a lightsaber, let me know what that looks like. I would be interested to see what type of design would be good to kind of cradle a lightsaber, and so that's what I'm going to work on. And we got a question here. How have you got on with the candy canes? I've got on pretty darn well. I did not complete them. I decided to make 30. And what he's talking about is I'm making lawn ornament candy canes out of wood. And this guy can relate. I wish I had my CNC machine so I could cut out the candy canes. Well, I haven't built the darn thing yet. Dave Gatton sells CNC kits. So he'll send you the kits and you can assemble a CNC yourself. And there's a few pieces of wood you have to cut yourself, but it's cool. So I'm in the middle of that. Let me show you how I'm doing. I have photos to show. Let me get that up a minute here. So photos, open. Ugh, come on now. Here we go. All right, so here is some of what I got going on here. So yeah, these are the obviously the tops of the candy canes, and this is the pattern that I made out of particle or MDF, and then the MDF is used. See, these are the ones that are cut out on the. Oh, and this is a brand new 1/2-inch shank pattern routing bit from Freud. And then these are the ones that are not cut out. See these little jaggies? That's from the bandsaw. So, and if you look really hard, like, see, this is the pencil line. So when I cut it out on the bandsaw, I don't get to the line. I do it rather sloppily. And then the pattern routing bit comes in and cleans it up. It's a perfect edge. Perfect edge. Absolutely amazing. And then here I started to paint all of them. And I painted each side twice. 2 coats of paint. And this is exterior paint too. This is not trivial. And here are the 30, actually this is 29, 30 vertical posts for that. And I also, I take 2 metal spikes and epoxy them in the bottom. So the metal spikes go into the grass. So they're easy to put in and out of the grass. And then I try and put a dowel rod connecting the top part with the stick, and then use wood glue to glue them together. That makes a very strong joint, so it won't crack off. A lot of work. Lightsaber, S-A-B-E-R. I used to think it was called lightsabers when I was 7, when the movie came out. But they're lightsaber, S-A-B-E-R. But yeah, they're cool. So I'm thinking about doing that. I will probably have like a triangular piece of a base with the pointy part being where the bottom of the lightsaber hits, and then I'll probably run a dowel rod, or maybe turn a small rod on the back and kind of put some sort of U-shaped holder, so the lightsaber can fit on the base like this, rock back, and then like a little U-shaped holder will hold it. That's kind of what I have in my head. That's probably not a very good description of it. Let me kind of draw what I'm thinking about here. I will try and draw this out. So I'm thinking probably something like this. And then we'll have something like that. And then so probably something like this, where there's kind of maybe like African mahogany down here. There would be like a little piece where the hilt of the lightsaber would go, and then this piece would sort of cradle the lightsaber. So the lightsaber would kind of go like this. So if this was the lightsaber, it would go, following the arrow, it would go into the thing. So I'm thinking something like that. Something like that. Perspect. Oh, did Sammy slip in here? Hi, Sammy Superstar. How are you, my friend? We have a superstar in the house. Welcome back. I gave some behind the scenes on how I use Notion and how fast. Oh, did anyone time it? I'll have to go back and see how quickly I was able to get a new object up on my website through Notion. It was pretty darn quick. We'll probably talk a little bit about Notion during my show with James Hicks. For those that missed it, I have a link in the description to this channel on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Mr. James Hicks is going to have me and 2 other people on, and we'll be talking about production tools, best practices, and ideas. The key elements of content creation. Key elements of content creation, video, audio, text, etc. I have a lot about audio, video, and text, etc. Marketing, images. If there was one wish I had for content creators, it would be to get good at graphic design. Don't worry about audio. Don't worry about video. Get good with graphic design. If you have good graphic design skills, of course you need good audio. Of course you need good video. But the things people kind of sell themselves short on, and the things people don't focus on enough, is graphic design skills. Learn some color theory. Learn what good layout is. Learn concepts of white space. Learn good typography. Learn good keeping things consistent. Some people use different typefaces and different color on all their stuff. Your thumbnail should have a common theme to them so someone can just glance at it. Oh, that's a Matt Haas thumbnail. If that happens to you. And then how are you with taking photos and putting type over top of it? Or can you take a photo and put a colored border around the outside? These are simple things. Oh, that's easy, man. But these are things some people really struggle with. So, yeah. And good marketing means more eyeballs. So you got to have more eyeballs. If you don't increase your audience, you can't be successful at what you're trying to do on the YouTubes. It just won't work. Because you'll just be pumping out content no one's watching. If no one's watching, you can't meet your business goals. Inspire, educate, entertain, whatever it is. Without the eyeballs, people aren't going to engage, and then it's not going to be any good for you. All right. Oh, Festivus Show is coming up. The airing of grievances. This is December 23rd, so it's over a month away. There is a link in the video description on how you can request to be on this show. This is where we air our grievances about technology and social networks and YouTube. You can complain about YouTube. It's on the All Things YouTube channel. And to sign up, I have a Google form. You give me your name and email address, and boom, we'll be able to get you on the show. And you have to have a camera and a mic, and you can come on my show with me, and we'll talk about our grievances with social media and technology. It is a super fun show. This is the 2nd annual. We did it last year. And you really, really, really have to get in on this. And it's the only time I allow other people on the show. I don't know if you noticed, you only see my face on this channel, except December 23rd at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a lot of fun. And there's a reminder to join the Facebook group. Fabayam. Get in on that if you're not in that already. So I'm having a lot of fun. Other than that, I am practicing some Christmas songs on the piano. I know Dave Gatton loves my piano exploits. So hopefully I'll be able to get a few songs recorded, and I'll be able to drop them Only in December. I'm not going to publish them in November. But working on that too. Always working on the content. Working on the content. I don't have a link in the description for next week's show, but you saw me create it live, so I might as well drop that in the live chat. Go ahead and get in there and click the button and choose Set Reminder. Click this link and choose the Set Reminder button is what I meant to say. And then I'm on Brenda G's Design Show next week as well. Also on Thursday, so I'll be doing James Hicks's show, and then shortly after, you can join me over here on Brenda G's Designs for Mind Equals Blown. I got a little graphic for that. Bam, there it is. We've been doing a lot of those shows too. We've probably done 130 Mind Equal Blown shows, and this is episode 161. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? All right, everyone. I'm going to leave the show here. Thank you for being awesome. Tune in next week. I'm going to start having some awesome show topics for you. These shows won't just only be open Q&A, so I look forward to that. And with that, I will say good night. Stay awesome. Remember, ask me questions in the group. Ask me anything. I'm always there. I'm always helping people. And if you haven't, drop a like on this. That helps. And if you don't like this immediately, this video will self-destruct. Crashed Windows again. Always crashing Windows. All right. Take care. Good night, everyone. Love you all. Bye.